is a material that's designed to last forever, but we use it to make things like bottles that are designed to be used just once and then thrown away. If we look at a banana, the skin will get moldy and it will decompose without any impact on the environment. But for plastic, it's different. That toothbrush that you brushed your teeth with this morning, it will outlive you by maybe 900 years. And the thing about a toothbrush is it's made up of 3 or 4 different types of plastic stuck together into one object that makes it completely impossible to then recycle. So unfortunately, 91% of our plastic isn't recycled.
So, if most of the stuff I put in the recycling bin yesterday is not actually going to be recycled, what's happening to it?
A lot of our plastic ends up in landfill, and a surprising amount of plastic also escapes. It's littered or dumped illegally, or the rain comes and washes it down streams, drains, sewers, rivers, and ultimately everything runs downhill to the ocean. But it doesn't stop there. When it gets to the ocean, the sun, the wind, and the waves break these bigger bits of plastic into small pieces, microplastics, and they're really hard to see. There's other chemicals like pesticides and fertilizers that are used for farming on land, and they wash their way into the rivers as well, where they can then get stuck to the plastic out at sea. We then find that fish are mistaking that plastic for food, and what we wonder is, are those chemicals then getting into the tissues of the fish? Because of course, we then eat the fish. Everything we throw away eventually comes back to us.
So we're taking in these plastics and chemicals through our food too? Microplastics are everywhere, from microbeads used in beauty products and creams to nurdles, which is what most plastic looks like before it's turned into a bottle or product. Billions of these spill out and are lost while being transported every year, only to be found again, washed up on beaches. And even tires release microplastics too. More microplastics now enter the ocean from roads than from rivers.
And at the same time, there's fragments of plastic that are getting into our air in the form of fibres. They might come from our clothes or from abrasion on our upholstery, and when they get into the air, we can then breathe them in. Also, a glass of water that we drink might have had dust settling on it, and we're taking in plastic that way as well.
It seems like pretty much anything made of any kind of plastic is going to break apart into microplastics. And anything made of synthetic materials like polyester and nylon release plastic microfibers too. And these invisible pieces are swirling around everywhere, getting into everything. So if we're now eating them, drinking them, and breathing them in, and we know they're building up in our bodies, what are all these plastic pieces doing inside of us?
These chemical pollutants can impact our bodies as well. Some of them disrupt our hormones, so they stop us growing, and they can lead to cancer. So I decided I wanted to know which of these chemicals might also be inside me. So we chose 35 chemicals that are banned because they're toxic to humans. And we found 29 of those chemicals inside my blood. And if they're inside me, they could be inside you too.
This isn't good. But what can I do? What can we do?
We need to ask ourselves, do I really need that piece of plastic in my life for the next 10 minutes? Or can I do without it? And if the answer is you can do without it, then it's simple. Don't buy it. So think twice before buying that plastic bottle or that plastic bag. Think twice about buying that plastic wrapper or that plastic straw or that cup. We need to think twice about using something once. There's no magic fix to solve this problem, but there are so many great reusable alternatives. There are hundreds of things that we can do. And we can all be part of this change by avoiding plastic, by getting informed and involved in the science, by getting out there into the world and understanding what's going on.